Hi guys, welcome to my video. So basically this is a video about the H4 visa. So let me begin by telling you all the details about the H4 visa. An H4 visa is basically a dependent visa. So if your husband or your wife is working in the US, and if you want to accompany them or if you want to join them there, then the US government provides for a dependent visa. The main drawback of this visa is that you are not at all allowed to work there, and you can probably study or you can do some voluntary work, but you are not allowed to work at all. So that is the main drawback of this visa. But on the good side, you can accompany your husband, and if you don't want to work anymore or probably not stay back in India, if you and he goes to US, then this is the visa for you. So I had to accompany my husband to US, so he went before me and I had to join him. So I went for the H4 visa as I did not have any other kind of visa. So let me share the experience with you, how it went about. So my husband filled the form for me for the interview, and what happens is basically you get 2 dates. One is for the biometric and second one is for the actual interview process. So let me take you over both the steps. So my 2 dates were like 10 days apart. So I went for the biometric interview in Mumbai, and so my slot was like for 10 o'clock, and I obviously went there a bit early. Like I reached there at 9:30, and it happens quite quickly. You stand in the queue, and let me tell you, you don't have like the shaded area. You have to stand in the sun, or so accordingly you can prepare and go. You can take your car or you can take someone with you. Obviously you're not allowed to carry mobile phones and all inside. So you stand in the queue, and then your slot is like, obviously it's for 20-25 people, and you all together go inside. Now the biometric is very straightforward. They call you, they take your fingerprints, they click a picture, and they tell you about the interview, and they check your documents. That's about it. And they stamp on your passport. No, they put a sticker on your basically they put a sticker on your passport, and that's about it, and you come out. So that is the biometric process. And after that we have the actual interview process. So my interview process was obviously again in Mumbai, and I had an 11 o'clock slot. So let me tell you, when you go for the H4 interview process, please take at least 3 hours in hand, and if someone is going with you, tell them that they'll have to wait for 3 hours. So I had gone at 11 o'clock, and once you go inside, you'll have to wait for like a good 1.5 hour, depending on like how they're sending people inside. So around 12:30 I went inside the actual office, and there you have a lot of windows made, like 10-12 windows, and you are in a queue. In the queue also they'll check for your documents. Obviously your passport would be checked, and for me they asked me to take out my I-797. that is basically an approval notice for your husband's H1B. So basically they're checking if your husband's H1B is actually approved, because your visa is completely dependent on your husband's or wife's visa. So in my case, my husband has an H1B, and his approval notice was required that yeah, actually he has an H1B. So they checked that document like before I reached the actual interview window. After that, again they'll be checking, they'll be taking your fingerprints, and then you'll be joining the queue. Then your number would be called. So then in the actual interview process, there'll be a guy, US guy would be sitting there, and he would be asking you questions. So in my case, he asked me few questions. Let me tell you about those questions. First question was what are your husband's responsibilities in with his current employer? I answered that. Then he asked me what is his annual income. Again I answered that. Then he asked me where would you be staying in US, and how long have you known him. For this question, how long have you known him, if you know your husband beforehand, before your marriage, tell that clearly. Like, I knew my husband before the marriage, so I told him I know him from past 5 years. And then he asked me how long have you been married. I told him it's been like 4 months. Then he asked me my highest degree, which again I told him. So they were like very quick questions and answers, and finally he told me that it's approved. So after he says approved, he'll be keeping your passport, and I collected my documents and went out. So this is it, and after that you can exit. And then after like 2 days you'll be getting your passport stamped with the visa. So the main thing I realized is that you need to be confident, first of all, since you are saying things which are all true. So you need to be confident, because I saw a lady's visa getting rejected because she was not confident and she was a bit confused. So you need to be confident and just don't take it for granted, because sometimes they do reject it, unlike what people believe that an H4 visa never gets rejected. So be confident and prepare for all the questions of about your husband, like what he does, what are his responsibilities and things like that. And I think that's it. And then my visa got stamped, and I got like in 2 days, which I collected from there. I went myself and collected, and yeah, currently I'm in the US and I'm with my husband. So yeah, thank you so much. If you have any questions or doubts, you can please drop comments so that I could reply and clear your doubts. Thank you so much.